How much of the higher inflation forecast for this year is due to tariffs? And since the policy path remains the same, are you effectively reading this as a one-time price level shock?
Okay, so how much of it is tariff? So let me say that it is going to be very difficult to have a precise assessment of how much of inflation is coming from tariffs and from other, and that's already the case. You may have seen that goods inflation moved up pretty significantly in the first 2 months of the year. Trying to track that back to actual tariff increases, given what was tariffed and what was not, very, very challenging. So some of it, the answer is clearly some of it. A good part of it is coming from tariffs, but we'll be working, and so will other forecasters, to try to find the best possible way to separate non-tariff inflation from tariff inflation.
Hey, what's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Today, something strange is brewing in the market, and if you're not paying attention, you might miss the biggest opportunity or the biggest trap of 2025. Picture this: XRP, the coin that's had everyone buzzing for years, is hovering around $2, but here's the mystery. Is it the golden chance to buy low, or the quiet end of the bull market that we've all been riding? Analysts are split and the clock is ticking. Then there's this: barely anyone searching for XRP anymore. Is this hype dead, or are the smart money players silently stacking their bags? And hold on, Trump's trade war is back, with tariffs dropping on April 2nd, threatening to shake up crypto prices like a storm hitting a house of cards. What does it all mean for your wallet? Well, stick with me, because we're diving deep into these headlines, why they're massive, what's at stake, and how you can stay ahead. The crypto market waits for no one, and with every second, the pressure's building. We've got the answers you need right here, right now. Oh, and hey, there is a bonus. If you hang with us until the end of this video, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into our exclusive Altcoin Pro University, where everyday traders like you are crushing it. And if you're like most people, where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news like we do here on this channel and bring it to you on a condensed basis, make sure you click that subscribe button. And if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. Plus, today we will also be jumping over to X to find out all the breaking important news that's happening in the financial markets today. We'll also be giving you a preview of the most important financial news that's coming out all next week. We will be checking in: is the hype dead for XRP? And we'll do a little deeper dive into XRP at $2. Is it an opportunity, or is the bull market over? Plus, we'll dive deeper into Trump's tariffs coming on April 2nd. But first, let's head over to CoinMarketCap and check out the overall health of the crypto market today. The current total market cap for crypto is coming in at $2.65 trillion, down 0.5%. We are down over $200 billion in just the last 2 days of the market. And as we see, in the last 24 hours, we've only had $49 billion worth of volume, so nothing major going on. When the next week kicks off, hopefully some more liquidity will be flowing into the market. Fear and greed index currently coming in at 24. It is taking a little bit of a hit to the downside. Last week was a 27. Yesterday was a 27. Now we're getting close to that extreme fear level again. Altcoin season index still riding flat. Last week it was 18. Yesterday was 17. Today coming in at 17 as well. It is still considered Bitcoin season, as we see right here. Bitcoin dominance up again, 1.48%. Bitcoin dominance currently sitting at 61.3. As you remember, we've been tracking very closely. The Bitcoin ETF tracker was successful to the upside 10 days in a row. Unfortunately, the end of last week, it was a down day, $93 million to the downside. However, we did still finish the week to the upside. So 2 consecutive positive weeks in the ETF inflow. 2 weeks ago, we had $627 million inflow, and last week we had $196 million inflow, and we can see a tick up on the price of Bitcoin. However, that day, March 27th, on the calendar, which was Thursday, came in at $93 million to the downside. So luckily, the couple of days prior to that was saving it to be a positive week. But inflows, we want to see another upward week to continue this momentum. Last time we had 3 consecutive weeks in a row was the end of September. And then we had a sell-off at the beginning of October. Then the real volume pushed us up, and we just continued to roar to the upside October and November. Will April and May do the same for us? We will continue tracking this every single day. Make sure you subscribe to follow along. Top 5 trending coins according to Coin Market Cap right now. Tree and Cat, number 1. Core, number 2. Alpaca, number 3. Number 4 is Ton, and X is number 5. Top 5 coins by total market cap. Bitcoin, number 1, obviously 1.6 trillion. Ethereum at 217 billion, number 2. Tether coming in at number 3, 144 billion. XRP at number 4, 124 billion. BNB at 85 billion. And Solana wrapping it up at the 6th spot at 63 billion. And we cover the number 6 spot, obviously, because Tether is a stable coin. Heading over to X, as you saw in the intro, reporter, how much of the higher inflation forecast for this year is due to tariffs? Powell says, how much of it is tariffs? It is difficult to precisely assessment. However, clearly some of it is coming from tariffs. So this is the guy that's currently running our Federal Reserve Bank, which is not a federal agency. It's actually a privately owned bank by 5 of the richest families in the entire world that holds us under the boot. Go do some research on the Federal Reserve if you like. It's quite the interesting scenario. But regardless, we're in this crazy market scenario because he doesn't know which way to go with the rate cuts for interest rates for the Federal Reserve. And we will be jumping into more about this trade war and the tariffs. But it is pretty wild that he says, how much is it tariffs? It's difficult to precise assessment, which in all reality, it is. But if he was just a great leader and set us in the right direction, that would be a better stance than him acting like he doesn't know what's going on. Very scary scenario when the guy who's in charge of all of the money of basically the entire world doesn't know what to do. Now, out of all of this turmoil, all of this craziness, all of this negativity in the market, we got to find some positive guidance out there. And there are a couple of traders out there that are calling for an absolute bear market, but some people are using their smarts and their skills as far as trading goes and giving us some good insight here. We have Merligen, the trader, market maker profile confirmed on total crypto market cap. The bull run's end game is coming into focus. Altcoins are primed for an insane parabolic surge. So we are feeling this it's been actually quite an extensive short-term pullback now for the crypto markets. But as you can see, the line charts where price came back down into the blue box. So we can see the gray box here. Price moved up as an expansion, came up, did its testing, moved up to second level phase here. Now it's ready to make its move to its final markup stage, and then it'll get up into accumulation. Now, this is based on total market cap of crypto. As we just talked about, it's currently sitting at about 2.6 trillion. It was just 2.8 trillion 2 days ago. We've lost $200 billion worth of volume. We'll see if we can push this back up. What we've been really focused on is the total market cap getting above $3 trillion, and then it'll feel a little bit more confident in the market. The real issue is there is no liquidity out there. Everything is sitting on the sidelines because macro-wise, people are on risk-off assets right now. That's where you're seeing gold surge. It's a little more of a safe haven cryptocurrency. People are also moving into USD, holding it on. But once all of that money feels like, okay, I'm confident to get back in the market, we are going to see some absolute face-melting rips to the upside. Very exciting for that to happen. But we have to get out of some of this current turmoil that is going on with the news that is happening around the world. Obviously, like most people, the institutions that are moving markets are worried about Russia, Ukraine. They're worried about what's going on in Israel and what's going on in Palestine. Like all of these things do matter, and that's why we're in a little bit of a holding pattern right now. And in fact, short-term holders are currently seeing the most percentage in realized losses, while long-term holders dominate realized profits. So those people, remember that old saying, it's not a loss until you sell, right? So right now, people who bought are holding. The short-term buyers, obviously we've had this pullback, they're at a loss, and it's short-term holders are currently seeing the most percentage in realized losses. So if you're in the game from years ago and you're a long-term holder anyway, the idea of crypto is long-term holds. I mean, if you're playing meme coins and stuff like that, obviously it's going to be pump and dump scenarios. But when you're playing stuff like Bitcoin, when you're playing stuff like Solana, XRP, even Ethereum, which is like the craziest pullback ever, these things can rise back to the upside. They have actual utility. So get ready for that face-melting rise coming later this year. And speaking of what we were just talking about, this is it. It's not a loss if you never sell, right? So this is a great meme the China has started to fall inside the cabinet. But you know what? Selling it would be opening the cabinet and everything comes crashing down. What they're doing right now is they're just holding on for dear life. Maybe they can figure out some sort of way to open it, squeeze their hand in there and push it back to the upside, holding long term there. But a crypto investor's mindset right there, coming from Altcoin Pro. That is our Altcoin Pro University. Make sure you check us out. You can follow us on X as well, Altcoin Pro _ at Altcoin Pro _ there. All right, and then I wanted to see this in the comments section from you guys. Unpopular opinion time. The most overvalued coin right now is what? What do you think is the most overvalued cryptocurrency in the market right now? Let's take a look at what we got. Some of the comments down here. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum overvalued. Oh, man, it's probably one of the most undervalued one. If that thing just rallies back up, it's going to be a really, really good move to the upside. Bitcoin, Cardano, Trump. So lots of different things down here. Let me know down in the comments section, what is the most overvalued coin right now in your opinion? Now we're talking about liquidity and we're talking about market moving and why is it not going up, right? Well, here you got this as well. 6.1 million Americans are behind on their mortgage. The chart is specific for multifamily delinquency. That would be people who own properties that would be like a duplex, triplex, quadplex and larger. But these are insane. 6.1 million Americans are behind on their mortgage. That is not good. And we're out here thinking about, oh, why isn't Bitcoin going up like crazy? Because banks are in a little bit of trouble here if we end up having some sort of mortgage meltdown to where they're having to bring on all of the debt from these people and then foreclose. And then we have a really, really nightmare scenario. So we need this massive amount of money on the sidelines that the government can pour back into this economy. They're just holding it, whether that's because they're angry at Trump or whatever the case may be going on. Are they purposely trying to withhold the markets? To make an example, why isn't BlackRock and all these major corporations moving money back into the markets? Well, this is a little bit of why, right? So we have big, massive problems going on with retail investors or regular people that would be retail investors in crypto. They can't afford anything. So, and you have to remember the way that these market makers move the market, going back to here, this is where BlackRock and all the major guys that are smart people, they'll start to buy, right? Then the price starts to inflate and it gets bigger. This is where retail investors start to catch some FOMO, things of that nature. Price starts to move up into here. And this is where BlackRock and the major institutions will start to sell during that last FOMO phase. But right now, there's no regular people out there. They're back on their mortgage, right? So they don't have extra dry powder to pump into the market and buy this FOMO rally. So things have to come together all at the same time where we can get this final rally. And then we'll start this phase, right? We'll have the markdown phase, and then we'll have the accumulation at the bottom, and then the markup phase. So the next bull run comes along. So experienced players right now have transitioned into coin accumulation phase. So you continue to see massive purchase from XRP, massive purchase of Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's about to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, and you're seeing these things happen, but the market prices are not moving. So you have to remember these accumulations are going on behind the scenes. They're not doing them. It's over-the-counter trading. So seasoned market participants who previously engaged in active selling at local peaks, denoted in the red circles, have now shifted their strategy towards holding the accumulation position. So people were selling here, even though they missed that massive pump, but then there was a big pump here. Then there's a sell here, even though there's not a massive pump. There was a massive pump here. This is our most recent high, 108,000. They were selling. Right now, you can see these blue indications are where people are actually accumulating their crypto right now. Now, speaking of Ethereum, this was a sad one here. If you put $10,000 into Ethereum 4 years ago, today it would be worth $10,000. Absolutely crazy. This is one of those things, like, when do you take profits? Are you going to take profits? I know that some people out there are going to hold for the next 10 years, so there is no need to take profits, some people say. However, this shows you that people should maybe be taking profits because of the fact that if you bought Ethereum, you've now round-tripped your Ethereum twice, right? So you bought it here, you pumped up, you could have taken profit, it came crashing back down even lower, and then it finally breaks through, makes a new high, and Not an all-time high, but new highs up in this area. Then boom, we crash back down here. So if we're at this level right now, which is about 1,800, it pumped to $4,000, you could have doubled your money. Right here, $4,000 or 1,800, it pumps up over $4,000, doubled your money, sold, came back down here, buy again, buy again, buy again, sell. The old adage, it's not timing the market, it's about time in the market. But that's why you should be following us over here at Altcoin Pro, because we're always following the markets on a daily basis. So go to bullrunners.com, sign up for Altcoin Pro University. We just did an Ethereum market update. ETH hits 5-year low versus Bitcoin, but catalysts are ahead. Ethereum just hit a 5-year low against Bitcoin, but we need to talk about ETH to rise in order to get alt season. Here's what's brewing. Validator queue is growing. Over 6,000 validators are in line. Staking demand is picking up. Real world asset boom. Real world assets adoption is growing fast, mostly on Ethereum. BlackRock and ETFs. BlackRock has started ETH marketing. Layer 2 rollup revenues coming. From 2026, rollups like Base will pay fees to Ethereum, increasing revenue and ETH burn. Shorts are unwinding. ETH short positions were at a record highs, but they're now being closed. And ETH may still underperform short to midterm, but the ecosystem remains where institutions are building. So again, head over to bullrunners.com, sign up for Altcoin Pro University. You're going to get expert insights literally every day. 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, we're getting insights to people before they even hit on our YouTube channel, so you can get real-time information every single day. We have over 1,000 members. Come in, hang out, join, talk to them. And then the last post I had here that I highlighted and saved was the entire crypto asset class is still tiny. $3 trillion is pocket change to global liquidity. In 5 years, the tribalism won't matter. No more altcoins, no more moonshots, just cold, hard infrastructure eating traditional finance alive. You're not ready for what's coming. So this short-term pain could be severely affecting you mentally. But again, holding tight. Should you have taken some profits in here? Maybe. Some people don't care. But over the next 5 years, where do you see the markets going? Significantly higher than $3 trillion, as we all know. So barely anyone's talking or searching about XRP now. If you're in your little bubble and you're following everything that's XRP on Twitter, totally fine. But when it comes to massive searching worldwide, XRP search interest has plummeted 17 across the globe.
April 15th, 2025. This is a huge date because it's the deadline for 2 high-paying tax credits that you probably haven't heard about, but you can still get if you take action right now. We've partnered with the relief consultants who are experts in the tax code who've recovered over $100 million for their clients so far. So if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, listen up so we can get you help and reach our goal of recovering $10 million for the Bull Runners community before the April 15th deadline. So here's how it works. If you're a business owner who had employees in 2021, then you qualify for an average $150,000 check from the Treasury and possibly more with the Employee Retention Credit Program. So if you were told in the past that you don't qualify, get a second opinion now through the link in the description below this video, because there are rules and regulations that have changed just recently. So there's a high likelihood that you do qualify now. And if you sold your business or you shut it down, you still qualify as long as you were active in 2021. So don't miss out. Schedule an appointment with the link below. Just click business owner with employees if it applies to you. There's also a second tax credit that also ends April 15th. So this is for the bull runners who are self-employed in 2021. So if you were a 1099, not W-2, and self-employment was your primary income, the Treasury check for this tax credit can go up to $32,220 with an average of $17,000. So if you were self-employed in 2021 and want to see if you haven't claimed this credit, which nobody has from our community thus far for some strange reason. We've been talking about this in several videos. I don't know, man. Maybe you just want the Treasury to keep your money. But if you want to get money back in your pocket, then schedule a consultation. Don't be lazy. Do this right now before April 15th through the link below. Just click self-employed if you think you qualify for both credits. Let the rep know on the call. And by the way, if you have your tax returns from 2020 and 2021 for this credit, it will be a faster turnaround for you. So have them ready on your call, and they can literally tell you if you qualify on your first call to get you paid. So if you need more money back in your pocket for this bull run, take action right now, click the link, and let's get you paid.
According to Google Trends, this shows a dramatic decrease from the peak of record back in December. Google Trends website measures the popularity of a certain term on a scale of 1 to 100. After experiencing significant decline in January, XRP search interest then surged back to peak 72 during the month. This coincided with another notable rally that was partially fueled by new regulatory developments, including the departures of Gary Gensler, which kickstarted the loosening of the agency's crypto policies. The SEC dropping its appeal against Ripple in mid-March did very little to rekindle the interest in XRP, which partially explains why the token also underperformed price-wise. The token also failed to rally at all after Ripple announced what appears to be the final resolution of the case this month. And I did go ahead and pull this up for us on the search term Bitcoin. As we can see, what's really interesting, one of the things that people say is when Bitcoin's search interest reaches 100%, get ready to sell. And we're going to go take a look here. So this was November 10th through the 16th when Bitcoin hit its peak. So as we're looking here on the weekly charts, this would be the candle right here. This is the week of the November 18th candle. So let's say we would have sold right in here about $99,000. We would have missed the peak of 108,000 or 109,356 according to the Bitstamp chart here. So had you taken profit on the week of the extreme 100% level of Bitcoin, which you wouldn't really know until the next week, which you could go ahead and hover over the next week here when Bitcoin dropped to 85. Now that gets you November 17th to the 23rd. So this is the 18th, and this candle here goes to the 25th. So you would, so basically $98,000. If you would have exited there, you would have missed $10,000 push there. It's 10% gain. It's not insignificant, that's for sure. But you would have currently not been down 16%. So you would have sold here. The price would have been dropped 16%, give you an opportunity for entering the market again. Obviously, if you had sold at Pico top compared to where we're at now, we're in a 25% drop. Let's see though here. Let's get rid of this. What is the total drawdown that we've had from the top to the lowest level here? It's been a 30% breakdown. It did come into the gap here between the 30 and 50 exponential moving average, tried to make a move to the upside, rejected off the 10 exponential moving average on the weekly charts. We are still bullish in our long-term momentum waves here, the wolf pack for the weekly. We have reset to 0 on Bitcoin for our short-term momentum, the shaft trend cycle. That could make a move up. And just so you're understanding, last time price tried to make a move up, it failed, came back, double tested at 0. But look what happened. This was back when Bitcoin was at 54,000. This move started to happen. 54,000, the shaft trend cycle went green, stayed green all the way through up until getting to $104,000. So the shaft trend cycle, we're waiting on the weekly for that to turn green again so we can ride the momentum to the upside. We can even see the last time it did it before then was here. That was January 2024, rode up nicely from $40,000 all the way up to right about here, $70,000, so the $30,000 move. So the shaft trend cycle, waiting for that to turn green, give us an indication of short-term bullish momentum, long-term bullish, we are still there. Now looking at XRP here, XRP peaked out at 79 on December 1st through the 7th. XRP, the 1st of December through the 7th of December. So let's find December 1st right here. So that is actually Pico before we had the drawback and we started the symmetrical triangle pattern before our move to $3.40. So that's pretty wild, right? If we would have sold at the peak of the XRP extreme hype from Google Trends, it would have literally hit the $2.92 peak. But now, as we see right here, we are currently at a 1 on XRP search volume over the last week, and Bitcoin is at 29. So if we go back here where the movement started to make its way to the upside, we were trading low. Basically, essentially, this same exact spot is where the move happened for Google Trends. Bitcoin at 24 and XRP at 2. Then it started to crank its way to the upside. Right now, Bitcoin is at 29 and XRP is at 1. So we do need to see a rally to the upside, some positive news, people searching and getting some excitement back in the markets. But again, it's all about the liquidity. So is $2 XRP a good price? Let's take a look into this. XRP has nearly dropped 40% to around $2.19 2 months after hitting its multi-year high of $3.40. XRP is still up 350% since its November 2024 low of 50 cents, suggesting a consolidation phase after a strong rally. And this sideways action has sparked discussion over whether it's the end of the bull run or a prime buying opportunity. According to analyst Credible Crypto, XRP's recent bounce attempt stalled between 220, reinforcing bearish control. He now expects the price to revisit the $1.77 range for a potential long entry. We have the $1.77, which was when that extreme spike came down to the bottom here. He's calling out some liquidity in this area at $1.77 price getting into this range and making a move to the upside. Now, again, I like to look at other analysts and see what they're talking about because it really can help you on your own moves as well, doing some research outside of your own paradigm, your own way of thinking. The rectangle-shaped green support area extends as low as $1.50, signaling a high demand zone where bulls could step in. A short-term market-wide bounce led primarily by Bitcoin could trigger a temporary recovery, argues Credible, emphasizing that only a clean break above 321 would confirm a bullish trend reversal. Guy on the Earth says XRP at this stage, $2 is probable, but whether we hold above this time is a different story. $1.80 is the next likely support at the 200 SMA. Below that, the next major support is $1.10, entering the final stage of pain. Bit to go yet, I think. There is an XRP bull flag that may lead to a 450% rally. Credible highlighted XRP's sideways range between $1.77 and $3.21 as a consolidation zone, waiting for a clear breakout to confirm the next trend. Interestingly, that very range may be forming a bull flag according to the analyst Stellar Babe. As we can see, we got the flagpole here, and this is starting to get a flag pattern or pennant style emerging here, as we can see there. The extension would be the flagpole extension, which would get us all the way up into her range, which is around $12 or $13. On top of that, we also have XRP's 5-year channel hints at a rally to 650. XRP is currently consolidating with a long-term bullish structure according to recent analysis by Investing Scoop. The chart shows XRP trading inside of a 5-year ascending channel, with the current move resembling the March of 2020, April 2021 rally based on price behavior and momentum indicators. So here was March of 2020. It had a nice solid rally to the upside, and then it had a massive pullback here. As you can see, we also had that crazy overextension on the weekly charts of the RSI before having to cool off and come down, and then it made that final push to the upside, creating a massive bearish divergence where then it started to sell off to the downside. We have the similar scenario here right now. Price pushed extremely high into overbought territory. It is making its way down now. Will we see that second push to the upside, creating that bearish divergence on the weekly chart? Then we could get a reset for XRP, but potentially reaching all the way up into the $6 range. Before we talk about tariffs, let's take a look at what's going on this week. First and foremost, Tuesday, April 1st, we do have the final manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing PMI, JOLTS job openings, and ISM manufacturing price. And if you go to Forex Factory, you click on calendar, you can sort this out and check it out. And if you have questions, you can just click on the folder and it'll tell you what this is. So for example, the ISM manufacturing PMI is the Institute for Supply Management ISM Purchasing Managers Index. Then on Wednesday, we have the ADP non-farm payroll employment change. Then another red folder on the Thursday, the 3rd, unemployment claims come out. Those are always important for the markets. Then we have ISM services PMI coming out, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate coming out on April 4th, which is Friday. And then Fed Chair Powell speaks. Will he have a better chief direct aim on where the market is going? We'll find out on Friday at 8:25 a.m. So what do we hope he gets under control? We hope he gets under control what's going to be happening with the tariffs. Now, remember, April 2nd is when all these tariffs kick off. Concerns over a major trade war continue to pressure traditional and crypto markets as investors brace for potential tariff announcement from Trump on the 2nd. And it's a move that could set the tone for Bitcoin's price trajectory throughout the month. Global tariff fears have led to heightened inflation concerns, limiting appetite for risk assets among investors. Bitcoin has fallen 18%, S&P has fallen 7% in the 2 months following the initial tariff announcement. Investor sentiment took another hit on March 29th after Trump pressed his senior advisors to make a more aggressive stance on import tariffs, which may be seen as a potential escalation of a trade war. The Washington Post reported, citing 4 unnamed sources familiar to the matter. The April 2nd announcement is expected to detail reciprocal tariffs targeting top U.S. trading partners. The measures aim to reduce the country's estimated $1.2 trillion goods trade deficit and boost domestic manufacturing. Whale address in this category have remained steady since the beginning of 2025, from 1,956 addresses on January 1st to 1990 on March 27th, still below the previous cycle's peak. And this would be whales that have between 1,000 and 10,000 Bitcoin in their wallet. And this is still very below the previous cycle's peak of 2,370 addresses that had 1,000 to 10,000. Risk appetite remains muted amid tariff threats from President Trump and ongoing macro uncertainty. The U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds halted their 10-day accumulation streak on March 28th when Fidelity's ETF recorded over $93 million worth of outflows, while the other ETF issuers registered no inflows or outflows, Farsight Investors data shows. And this is what we've been following along with those ETF trackers. It's a very, very important indicator to where price could be going. And speaking of XRP and price and what's going on, I did want to show you one other thing that's also very important when it comes to wallets. That would be the actual exchange wallets. These exchanges and how many crypto or XRP they have in their reserves. So we're going to talk about XRP in reserves right now on KuCoin, very popular exchange, obviously. This is the amount of coins that they have on hand. Now, this goes all the way out to February 27th. Their exchange reserves currently holding 106 million XRP only. And you can see all of these different exchanges, but we're going to be just talking about some that are relevant here. Binance has not had any problems holding an extreme amount of XRP tokens in their reserves, over 2 billion tokens. So they're completely set. Now, I did want to show you this here as well. We're going to talk about Bitcoin on spot exchanges. This is a real data set here. Take a look at this. So this is Bitcoin that exchanges were holding over time, and this is all they have left here. So you continue to hear about a potential supply shock. Now, unfortunately, we can't see this metric on XRP. This company, Crypto Quant, doesn't follow XRP to this minuscule level. But as you can see, on all the exchange reserves, there is only 1,069,000 Bitcoin remaining on reserves. And let's take a look at Ethereum even. Ethereum also has, I mean, obviously price has been suffering like crazy, right? People are just selling off their XRP, but on exchanges, only 8,210,000 Ethereum on spot exchanges, guys. Other options are all exchanges, derivatives, etc. So let's take a look at all exchanges for Ethereum. Still the same scenario. They have had a tiny little pickup, but price obviously still dropping. But there is not much left when it comes to Ethereum. If there was all of a sudden a buying frenzy, there's only 19 million XRP available on exchanges. On all exchanges for Bitcoin, again, we're currently sitting at 2,477,000 coins left on exchanges. Taking a quick look over at XRP in the charts, a couple of things that we're taking a look at here today. We do have a support level, again, coming in on my charts. I read off of my spider lines, which are actually from the drop of 2018. I draw a ray that comes off of the high from 2021. And those go into the future and give me actual support and resistance levels, which have been, I mean, freaking absolutely spot on. But right now we have broken down below our current level that we needed to hold as support, $2.23. And we are still in bearish for the next 24 hours or so, we could be retargeting this $1.90 level. If we lose the $1.90 level, there is an opportunity of falling all the way back to 99 cents. Now, we do also have our 4-hour 1100 exponential moving average. This right here is coming in at $1.99, $2. That is our next stop. We can take a look. It actually got to the 3-hour exponential moving average and sat there for a bit, fighting back and forth on this level, but it's looking pretty bearish. We also have our short-term trend cycle about to flip to the downside, and it's not looking very strong. So I am looking at it coming back to $2, but we cannot lose this. If we lose that, it's $1.90. And then, like I said, it can get pretty gnarly to the downside. So we'll talk about that later. Make sure you subscribe. We'll continue to follow along for that. But right now, we do have resistance coming in at 223, support at $2. If it loses that, $1.90. We can also break back above this 223 that we need to reclaim as support, and then it's going to be running up to 250. We also have this interference line here from the support level of the symmetrical triangle we experienced. That's going to be like 255 now because of time and price and time where it'll be hitting that level. We can see we broke above it once. We immediately lost it. We retested it and came back to the downside. On the higher time frame for XRP, we are still bullish. Okay, so we still have the bullish momentum on our wolf pack. We have reset to zero on our shaft trend cycle, but we just got a brand new weekly candle right now. 7 days to go in this weekly candle. It really needs to make a push up. We've got to see some positive momentum coming back into the market to give us some life again. We could be coming back down to this $1.90 level like I talked about, and then after this week, retesting there and making a move, kind of like what we did right here, tested there for that weekly candle and pumped back up. But I do not want to lose this $1.90. It's a real big deal. It's a real big deal. So, but anyway, subscribe and also take a look at this, and don't forget to join Altcoin Pro. Hey, bull runners, are you feeling FOMO about this bull run without the right financial support? We're here to change that. We're not just about funding, we're about growing your business together. Whether you're investing in crypto, kicking off a new startup, managing your existing business, or looking to expand, we have personalized funding that meets your exact needs. Imagine starting your business or getting capital to invest $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. That's not a dream, it's what we do. We've helped countless entrepreneurs like you with 0% interest funding without needing personal funds, income verification, or collateral. With just a 680 credit score, you qualify. We understand that your business can't wait, so take advantage of our quick funding approach. We look beyond the credit score with inclusive approval process that sees the big picture of your business or investment potential. Our flexible repayments are tailored to match your business cycles, ensuring you can manage repayments without strain. With access to our extensive lending network of over 5,000 options, we're committed to finding the perfect match for your business or investing needs. Plus, you'll have our dedicated team by your side, guiding you through every step of the funding journey. Whether it's buying crypto, hiring new employees, or launching a new product, we're committed to your success. Click the link to connect with our expert advisors and secure your business's future now.